Today I've been knife hunting at the Malvern Flea Fair, and I met up with Slipjoint Sawyer, Matt, and we had a great time hunting for knives amongst all the stalls. If you haven't done it already, I can thoroughly recommend it. It's a great way to pick up some vintage knives, some cheap knives to boost your EDC, and even some multi-tools as well. So I'm going to go through these. I hope you enjoy watching, and let me know what you think in the comments if you've got any of these or if you do similar knife hunts yourself. So one of the first knives that I came across today was this one, and it's interesting because these are still made today. So this is a tailor's eyewitness. Let's see if we can get the tang stamp in there. Hopefully you can see that. And it's a Lambfoot with the black imitation stag handles. So they've been making these for decades, and they still make them today. I think you can still buy them, so have a look out for them. But I like this one. The action's a little bit soft, and it's not closing that well. A bit of time in an oil bath should loosen that up a bit, and I'll give it a bit of a clean up as well. But otherwise, I don't need to do anything with this at all, which is good because unlike Matt, I'm not great at restoring knives. So I just go for the ones that just need a little bit of work on them, just a little bit of cleaning up. So that was my first one. That was a tailor's eyewitness. And I think this was £5. So really cheap and a great vintage knife. Next up is this small one, and again, let's get a closer look. This is from John Watts, a Sheffield cutler, and this is the Easifold knife. So you just turn it round and it opens up. So the blades had quite a bit of wear, but there's still a fair bit of life left on it, and that should sharpen up easily. I can maybe even polish up that so it doesn't look quite so bad. But a nice little simple Easifold knife which just locks away like that. I quite like it. It's quite a unique mechanism. You don't see these around much now. I think there might be a couple of people that have brought it back to life. But so that was my second knife, a John Watts Easifold, stainless steel, made in Sheffield, England. The third knife I have is a advertising knife, and it's a bit of a mystery, this one. So you can see here it's Blue Cap Scotch Whisky, and this was a product made by John Begg Limited of Glasgow. They were a distillers. I'm not sure if they're still around. I'll have to look them up. And looking at the main blade, it's got a really odd tang stamp. And I've not seen this before. I tried doing a little bit of research on it, and I can't find out anything more about it. It looks like a knife or a dagger with a tassel on it. If anybody's got any information on that, if you can leave it in the comments, that would be brilliant. And then on the other blade, now this is quite worn, and I'm not sure we're going to get this on this camera, but just in there, it looks like Ibberson, which is odd because the Ibberson tang stamp is normally a violin. So I'm going to have to find out more about that. But a great little penknife. I wouldn't say I'm collecting these, but I am quite fond of them. And I think cleaned up, that would make a nice little gentleman's carry. So it's going to need a little bit of work, a little bit of polishing, and just a bit of a sharpen, and that'd be great. So it could be Sheffield, could be from somewhere else. Number 4 is a Joseph Rodgers. Now, this 3-blade scout or utility knife, it's a 4-inch closed, and unfortunately the blade has had a huge amount of wear and sharpening on this, but hopefully you can make out the Joseph Rodgers of England, and you can see on the tang, let's see if I can get that, you can also see the Rodgers and the star and cross. So it has had a lot of wear on this. I think this would have originally been more like a clip point. As well as the main blade, it also has this cap lifter screwdriver, pry bar. You can see the patent pending on it. And then as well as that, it has this triangular awl as well as the bail. So all stainless, so that's why it's been kept in good condition. And I think these are quite popular in the American market. Not sure if they're still sold today. So that was find number 4. Next up, we have a Leatherman. Now, this was, I think, one of the best buys that I've had today. So it came in the original case, and this is the original Leatherman PST. And inside, now Slippy pointed out where to look. If you look, and I'm not sure it's going to show on here. So Slippy also got one of these, but you can see the date in there. It's 04. So April 00, so April 2000. And what I really like about this is that none of the tools are locking. It has a knife blade, and on this one, the knife blade's in pretty good condition actually, as well as the basic flathead screwdrivers and the decent 3D Phillips as well as the can opener, cap lifter, small screwdriver, and a file. It doesn't have the really crappy Leatherman scissors. I still can't believe that Leatherman are still no better at making scissors than they were. So what's great about this is that it's UK legal, and it's a really robust tool. So I was really pleased with that. And that was £20. I think that's amazing value, really. I mean, who needs to pay £250 for a Magna Cut Leatherman? I can't believe how expensive these are now when you can just have one of these. It's also a nice size. It's not too big. It's not too heavy. You could put it in your pocket or it can go on your belt as well. So fantastic buy at £20. I was really pleased with that. Next up, I've got this Sheffield penknife. Now, I don't know who made it. It was definitely made, it's stainless from Sheffield, England. There's no maker's mark on it at all. It's just got the 2 blades and the Warncliffe and the coping blade. Now, they're a bit scratched up, but actually there's still a lot of life left in it. And I think this will make a great whittling knife. What I also like about this as well is that you can see it's an advertising knife and it's Garringtons for forgings. Now, I live near Bromsgrove in Worcestershire, and Garringtons were an engineering company that were based in Bromsgrove, and they would do a lot of blade forging. So I thought that was really interesting. So quite a local knife, or a knife for a local company. I'm hoping that's going to clean up really well. Next up, there's this knife, which is a French scout or sort of utility knife, and it's got a few blades on it and a small sort of screwdriver here as well. And I don't think this was an expensive knife at all. It's got an awl. The awl's slightly broken, but that can be sharpened. It's got an interesting corkscrew here with the sort of the double twist on it, and a bail. And I'll just show you what it's got on the tang. So on here it says Bargeon, France. Apologies for my pronunciation. It's got inox on it. And then on the blade, I think you can see this, it's got Randia cans on it as well. So I need to do a little bit of research. It needs a bit of cleaning, but otherwise it's in quite good condition. Brass center liner there as well. So I quite like that. I was hoping it was a French army knife. I don't think it is. I am sort of collecting different army knives. I think that would make a really good video. Anyway, that was the 7th purchase today, or 7th find. And then I've left my favourite until last, and this is one of the smaller ones. But what was amazing was that it came in its own box. I think Matt found this actually, and it's really nice. If you can see, it says, this knife has been made in Sheffield, England, the home of the best cutlery in the world. Do not misuse it. Keep the joints oiled and the blades sharp. You will then have a perfect article whenever it is needed. When using a whetstone, be sure to hold the blade at an angle and not flat on the sharpening stone, because if you hold it flat, then you scratch up the blade. As you can see, it's John Watts of Sheffield, Lambfoot works. And this looks like the B4 Any. So B4 didn't just come in the time of texting. Anyway, that's enough of showing you the box. Let's have a look inside. And I think this is a gorgeous little single blade penknife. You can see John Watts, Sheffield, England on the tang. It's got the Ivorine scales, brass liners, and I just think that's a gorgeous little penknife. It's stainless steel. I know some of the knife collectors prefer carbon, but it's in pretty good condition. I think it just needs a bit of a clean up. But I think that's all you need really for EDC. If you have this matched up with a Swiss Army knife, that's a perfect carry. That's all you need. Perfect for an office carry. It's not going to scare anyone when you get it out to cut some fruit. And it's nice. It's nice having something in your pocket that's been around for a while, you know. So that is one of my favourite purchases. Well, it is my most favourite from today. So that's it. These were the knives and tools that I got today. Hope you found it interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you got any of these? Particularly if you've got any information on some of these knives that I was struggling with that I want to find more about. Why don't you check out this video here or this playlist on EDC. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.